Welcome in to Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. Start your free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. We will look at the winners and the losers from last night's Seahawks and Steelers preseason game. The Seahawks coming up short in a loss, 32-25, a game that came down right to the very end. Pretty exciting from both these teams. And we'll take a look at the box score now. As you can see, Drew Lock started out the second half, went 11 of 15, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. DeeJay Dallas had quite the night with 10 carries for 73 yards. Bo Melton, the rookie 7th-round pick, made his presence known with 2 receptions for 47 yards. He was really good and was impressive for this Seahawks team. He stepped up and did his part. And although that the Seahawks lost this game, I think there was still a lot of positives to take away from this performance from the Seahawks, in particular on the offense. And we'll get into all of those in just a second of what those positives were for the Seahawks and also the negatives. But before we get to those, let me get your one-word reaction to the Seahawks loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. How would you describe it? If you had to give me one word, let me know in the comments section what your one-word reaction would be to the Seahawks loss. This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it and let your voice be heard what your one-word reaction would be. So let's start out with the winners for the Seahawks. Even though they didn't get the win in the win column, there were still certain guys that stood out for Seattle. I begin with DeeJay Dallas. 10 carries, 73 yards on the ground, 1 reception, which resulted in a touchdown on a 17-yard play. He was really good, and he took advantage of the opportunity that was presented to him last night. As Rashad Penny didn't play, was dealing with that groin issue. Kenneth Walker III got the start, and then DeeJay Dallas was the next man up. And he really was good. And I think that what we saw from DeeJay Dallas is a vote of confidence for the Seahawks, that if something were to happen to one of their top 2 running backs, they know they can trust DeeJay Dallas, that he showed that he can be a versatile third down back. I like what I saw from him. Also liked what I saw from running back Travis Homer as well, as he had 4 carries, 41 yards. He was also good as a receiver with 2 receptions for 33 yards as well. Much of what we said about DeeJay Dallas, you could also apply to Travis as well, and showed the depth that the Seahawks have at this running back position. Remember, you move on from Chris Carson, and there was questions how this running back room would move forward, and I think after last night's game, you can feel really good about this group going forward. Another winner for the Seahawks is Boye Mafe, the Seahawks' second-round selection out of Minnesota, and he made the biggest defensive play of the night for the Seahawks. Now remember, Mafe is a guy that's still competing for playing time, as he is not, as of right now, a starter for the Seahawks in 2022 just yet. That could change. But he forced a sack with the Seahawks defense there on their second-to-last possession, which gave the Seahawks a chance to have the go-ahead score to win the game. Now, Drew Lock had the fumble that turned the ball over, but Boye Mafe, with his 3 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 tackle for loss, helped give the Seahawks a chance to win. Ultimately, the offense didn't capitalize on it, but he did his part and then some. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. And you may be asking yourselves, well, what is Aura? What do they do? Well, they provide financial fraud protection as well as identity theft protection, online and device security, and you can have up to 5 people on one plan. So that includes yourself, mom and dad, brother and sister. Everybody is covered with Aura, and we're offering a free 14-day trial right now at aura.com/chatsports. Sign up there, where you can keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info, all in one place. A digital safety company for the whole family. 14-day free trial now at aura.com/chatsports. All right, a couple more winners for you. Geno Smith. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, Tyler, didn't Drew Lock outplayed Geno Smith? Maybe so, but it wasn't a significant enough performance to push the gap, I guess, on this quarterback competition. When we saw Drew Lock fumble the ball at the end of the game, and you may be saying to yourself, well, it was a blindside block, missed protection, offensive line collapsed on that play. Drew Lock and the coaching staff said that was on Drew Lock. Geno Smith started slow, but he really turned it around, and that touchdown run he had and the way that he finished got that offense clicking. Geno Smith is a winner for not only the way that he finished, but the fact that Drew Lock did not pull ahead necessarily in the quarterback competition. It's still Geno Smith's quarterback battle to lose. So, name a winner from the Seahawks preseason game in the comments section. Let me know one name below that stood out to you, whether it's somebody we mentioned or somebody we did not mention. Let me know in the comments section below. If you love the Seahawks, subscribe for more free Seattle Seahawks videos. The link is right there, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. We got watch parties, live shows every Wednesday, everything in between. We got you covered here on Seahawks Today. Losers now. Let's begin with Coby Bryant. Coby Bryant, the Seahawks rookie corner. A lot of hype about him, what he has done throughout the offseason and OTAs and the start of training camp, but he gave up probably the splashiest play of the night, a touchdown grab to George Pickens, and it wasn't good. You're going to be seeing this highlight all week long, and he just quite wasn't ready for this big stage just yet. And the same could be said for Tariq Woolen as well, another Seahawks rookie that was selected day 3 of the draft. And Woolen, he missed several tackles. He had blown coverage that led to a touchdown grab. Woolen was just off. It was not his night. Both these guys have bright futures, a lot of potential, but it just wasn't there. It wasn't clicking for either player. They have a long ways to go in their process to becoming starters in this league. And I think the future's bright, and they very well, one of them could be starting when the season begins. But if you had to make that decision right now, you wouldn't be starting either one of those guys. They took kind of a step backwards of sorts on this performance last night. Another loser was Cody Barton. Cody Barton has the biggest role he's ever had in his career at this point. With Bobby Wagner gone, the Seahawks have said we have to trust Cody Barton now, that he's got to take a step up, that he has to be a running mate for Jordan Brooks. And he wasn't that. He missed a lot of tackles. This Seahawks defense as a whole was so bad, and Cody Barton, case in point, was an example of that. I mean, there was just no excuse for that type of performance from Cody Barton. And as a whole, as the defense, all the missed tackles, all the big plays that they gave up, it was a bad night for the Seahawks defense. You look at the statistics, allowed 185 rushing yards, 224 passing yards, couldn't stop either way. Third downs, they got beat 7 out of 13 times and allowed 32 points. Just a bad night for this defense. They have a long ways to go. There's some potential. They have some good players on this defense, but there's a long way to go for this Seahawks defense to get to where they want to go. So, before we go, we went through the winners, we went through the losers. Now we want to hear from you. Name a loser for the Seahawks preseason game, first preseason game, in the comments section below. Let me know, and we will see you next time here on Seahawks Today. Give me a follow on Twitter at Tyler Jones Live, talking about the Seahawks and breaking down this team each and every day and talking directly to you guys, having a lot of fun on the channel. And the conversation never stops. We keep things going there, keeping it real on Twitter at Tyler Jones Live. See you next time here on Seahawks Today.